all of us because she is such an angel of light in what we all do. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no better representation to be at the top and run this organization than her. So,
yeah, I have to say I agree. You know, I don't know much about other organizations, but whatever she radiates, it filters down through pretty much the entire organization.
Oh, it does. I mean, like I said, I remember Kari when she was putting together tables and boxes and packets. So
yep.
it's like, it's amazing, you know?
Yeah, I remember her calling me. They came out to do like a bit on infantile spasms back in like, gosh, it must have been 2005 or 6, maybe even a little later. And she had just started as in some way. And I still remember the conversation I had with her on the phone and just what I felt like she got it. She understood, you know, like she was there and she was going to make things happen. So, yeah.
Yep. She's got that it factor all over the place.
Yeah, tell me.
And, you know, when you talk to Kari, you know you've talked to someone who cares about what you're saying. She's not overlooking over the back through the back of your head to something else. She's in touch with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
You know.
Hello, Jill here. Hoping that you'll consider making a small donation to the ongoing production efforts and support this podcast on our website, tsctalks.com. There's various places to press the donate button and use PayPal. We'd appreciate your support. We've produced 50 episodes with more on the way. Quality content that's affecting change in our TSC and broader community. So please consider making a donation. Would really appreciate it.
But I have gained a lot of experience. And, you know, it's funny, I was laughing because like I told you, I was on Social Security disability for a few years there and stuff. And I used to work at Harvard Hospital. I was an ER tech. I was a psych tech. I was an EMT. And it just went all straight down
that sucks.
after getting sick. But you know what? God's got a greater plan, and it all worked out. I mean, I got a beautiful wife, and I got 2 beautiful kids, and this is my hero. I will tell you this. It's tough. I mean, you know, I'm 60. I've been through the ring now for 19 years. Well, maybe 18, basically, because he just turned 19. But we have the effects of PTSD because, I mean, I'll be in a room, and if I don't see him and something falls, we go run.
Oh, tell me.
Okay.
I hear you. I had my daughter come knock on my door a few weeks ago, and she was like about to have a seizure. She hadn't had them in years, and it all came rushing back.
We all have eyes on him, even in the pool. Make-A-Wish gave us a pool for him back in 2010, and he's had a couple of seizures in the pool. They were a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness!
But just the experience I've gotten from a volunteer because of the Tuberous Sclerosis Alliance and volunteering for them. My resume is loaded. I've got people ready to take me on board with them because of the skills. And I mean, hey, look, I'm a knucklehead like the next guy. Okay. Far from perfect. My impulsivity gets me in trouble. My neuropsych side gets me in trouble more times than not. You know what I mean? I'm starting to learn how to control that a little bit, but.
What do you shoot from the hip or what do you do?
Oh yeah. I do. And it's like, you know, I get in trouble. I remember a situation a few years back when I called somebody out and it I could have went a lot better on my part, but, you know, I kind of I went off the reservation a little bit, but, you know, I accepted it. And they said, okay, you know, make amends and do what you can to walk on. But that's where Dina has always been a great ally of us. We're going to make mistakes, but it's how she came around and encouraged me, and she's encouraged others too. You know, going to IEP meetings and stuff. You know, she's giving me a lot of information on how to do that. I mean, I didn't know nothing, but it's funny. We have an advocate for us because we don't go as our own advocates because, you know.
That's smart.
Oh, no. We've already been in due process here in Middle Tennessee 3 times and won.
Have you?
Time. Oh, yeah. It's a whole different ballgame down here. I'm telling you.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, I've had issues here. I've had to get an advocate and go to mediation, but overall, I know it's better than a lot of places. So,
yeah, but it's given me, if anything else, Jill, TS has given me the courage and the capacity and ability when I get my focus to not let anything knock me down. I once said, I may have TS, but TS does not have me. And if I keep the good Lord as my vision and hope, encouragement, and keep those words going, and the Alliance provided a lot of that for me and through the opportunities they presented for me.
That's great. So it's really improved your quality of life and given you really a lot of meaning and purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has. And like I said, it was a tough stretch, but we're here now. We're here to this present day. And I'm able to talk with you and say, hey, look, if I can do it, y'all can do it.
Well, I think it's hard I know Dina mentioned wanting me to ask you, why do you think there's a lack of adult engagement in local events? And do you think it's related to a stigma or people being too busy? I mean, do you have any theories on that?
Yeah, let me say this. I remember all the conferences we've been through. The end of the conference survey, people will write out, and adults will write stuff that they don't like and they want to see, but yet they don't step forward to make it happen. And I think that's because of that neuropsych component. They don't know how to have courage, or they don't believe in themselves to say, I can make a difference. I've seen it happen again. I have a young lady out in the Midwest. I wanted to have her bring in onto the task force, and she was all gung-ho for it. But when it came time for first call, she was nowhere to be found. And I called her later. I said, hey, what happened? We're looking forward to having you with us. And no, well, I just can't do it. And I don't know if, I'm the right person. And it's a strange combination of personal thinking, I guess. I mean, really, I know it's something I can't put my finger on, but I do know it inhibits people and prohibits them from taking that next step of faith and making a difference.
Just out of your comfort zone and not no matter what kind of thing.
Jill, my faith has come a long way in that too. I love God, and I'm strong to His Word. I was able to go to Bible college some years ago, and I know the Word really well, and it helps me. It's my guide.
That's great.
One thing I've learned, when you go to a doctor's office, like I was working in a juvenile detention facility a few years back.
Wow.
And I take the kids to their doctor's appointments, and I say, hey, you have an office manager. By the way, have you ever heard of tuberous sclerosis complex? I would like to provide some literature. And I would call Dina, give her the contact, and they would send the information to the office at that time. Now it's all done through email, through e-blasters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody about tuberous sclerosis.
Yeah.
I was having an MRI the other day. I heard the lady, I was sitting right behind her, and she's talking to the receptionist, and she said, I have seizures, and this is my first time. And so she was with her mom. And I turned around, I said, would you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I'm sorry I overheard your conversation, but does anybody else have seizures? Yeah, well, matter of fact, my father does and his mother does. Oh, okay. Well, listen, I went through that myself, shared my story a little bit about tuberous sclerosis, and I gave her the right information, who to call down here and what to say and what not to say. Because I said, you never know. Who knows?
Absolutely. I mean? Yeah. That's beautiful. I think that's one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And just, like you said, just bringing the information and sharing it whenever you're at a doctor or a professional and I've done that. And I will tell you that a lot of people they brush it off. In fact, I've had issues with one of my kids where I needed to explain the TAND issues or the neuropsych issues, and she's kind of gone into some mental health stuff, and they wanted to apply a bunch of additional diagnoses. It's just really frustrating to have to repeat yourself like 800 times that my child has tuberous sclerosis. That's the underlying diagnosis. Go ahead and apply these labels, but please understand that any treatment that you're going to recommend has to be filtered through the proper channels so everybody's working together.
Well, Bill, I'm going to tell you something. My wife and I have had the awesome opportunity to present at Meharry Medical College down here in Nashville. That's where a lot of the local hospitals pull their doctors from. And we speak before the sophomore med class to put tuberous sclerosis on their radar. And my platform is always treat the patient, not the textbook.
That's excellent. Yep. Getting in front of professionals like that, I think, is ideal because I don't think that you can really treat TSC adequately without really talking to someone that has it, understanding how comprehensive it is.
You're very correct. And it is that's why it's called complex, because not every patient who has CS is going to have the same manifestations, length, whatever. But I will tell you this, there's still a lot of ignorance out there. I've been in ERs here, and I'll get a call from a family we just saw, and I'll go in there and they will say, please, they're accusing us of shaken baby syndrome based on what they're telling us stuff. And I said, listen, the resident will come in and I'll say, look, have you done a CAT scan? And this is what you're looking for. And they'll see my ID badge from the hospital and stuff. They'll say, who are you? And the nurse will say, you might want to listen to him. Because, you do it enough times, reputation. And I'll never see him again because, sure enough, they call off the wolves and social services stays in their office because it is tuberous sclerosis complex. But a lot of doctors get headstrong on it. Like, for example, in an accident when I was with and, my wife worked for the lawyer at the time, so up in Connecticut. So, I'll put some money in your pocket. He sent me to the same doctor who told me in 1993 to go have a nice life.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So I said to him, hey, Dr. B, thank you for giving me clearance and seeing me, but you don't remember me, do you? He says, well, should I?
Oh, boy.
And I go, well, in 93, I had two MRIs you did and you couldn't find anything. Okay. So I don't remember that. I said, well, I'm sure you don't, but let me tell you about tuberous sclerosis complex because you missed the boat on that one. He got mad and said, well, you're not here for that. So have a nice day. And he walked out.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. But I think the biggest thing that it still needs to a lot of, I remember talking to Dr. DeBreeze, Beatrice DeBreeze in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And my biggest thing about this disorder for me personally that I think needs more awareness and more looking into is the neuropsych side of things.
I agree.
Because it's terrible between the lack of confidence, the insecurities, the self-esteem. I mean, it just wreaks havoc. And I feel that I'm one of the lucky ones who got it and can survive. Like I said, between my wife being there to support me and it's been a big blessing. But I want to empower people to bring that component, that manifestation out even more. And sometimes it seems like it's taken a long time, but now like folks like yourself with this TAN and the Alliance giving more credence to it.
I got sick of not. I don't know what not, but just knowing that it was a TSC thing and just feeling very alone and like, if people don't know, once I heard about TAN, I was like a light bulb went off in my head. Everything made sense. Everything that we'd gone through, and all the kids and I was like, oh, okay. Kind of like when you first got diagnosed, it like everything kind of came into perspective and so.
Well, I'm writing a lot about that in my book, and I'm
good.
Way there. My publisher called me 2 weeks ago, and we went over some things. And she doesn't know me, and she was kind of say, "Look, I'm very proud of you, considering what you've gone through, and the fact that you're." I guess, like you said, I told her, I said, "I guess I'm too stupid to say stop," But
too stupid to say what?
Great, just to quit.
You're just not afraid. You're just not afraid.
I know, Jill, I have made some of my colleagues frustrated with me and to a point that even like some don't want to talk to me and stuff because sometimes I do wear my heart on my sleeve and, I feel bad about those times. I love every individual I've had the awesome opportunity to work with and work alongside with. And the team, like I said before, the team we have now is amazing. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
My own health issues the last couple of years, I have not been able to make it to DC. Hopefully I'll be able to make it this year.
Oh, good.
But the camaraderie that's there, it's just amazing. And I can't say enough. And, it's, there are no words, but
Tell me about your book a little bit. What's your book? Is it like a memoir type?
Well, a good friend of mine I've been friends with for 8 years. We ran men's groups at church together and, he's awesome, but he said to me about 3 months ago, he said, Mark, it's time to put a book out there because a lot of people need to hear your story to be encouraged based on the fact that if you can make it, they can make it too. And that God loves everyone enough to still be there and get them through some very hard times. So the book I covered a lot since I can remember. I think a lot when you read this book, people are going to say, wow. How did you ever make it through? Like the suicide attempt,
I'm thinking of all the things you've just told me, and it is really very, very amazing, Mark. I can't say enough. Just to not know and to have it's almost like you're swimming upstream and
all the time.
Yeah.